Welcome to Wilson Talks About Music, where I talk about whatever music thing I want to talk about on today. Today I want to talk about the instrument categories, because I feel like fundamentally they're so convoluted that at a certain point they just need to rework. So, I feel like brass is the most like, okay, you buzz, it's made out of brass. I feel like almost all modern day brass instruments, I can think of a one that doesn't, follow that category. But then we get to woodwinds, which you used to be just like, oh, you're made of wood, you're a woodwind. But now most instruments are not made of wood, but like at least most have reeds. So that's where the wood comes from. But then you got instruments like recorders and flutes and piccolos, which no longer have any wood in them, meaning that they should not be called woodwinds. Like, there's no wood on the instrument. So that's just wrong. They should be called winds, so that should be switched. And then we get into strings, which I feel like we don't really have a subcategory. We got bass, but like, I don't know if that's a subcategory for strings, because you got like violins and you got guitars, which are played very differently, but still considered strings. That, as far as I'm concerned, there's no other category other than bass, which is, I guess, divides, but it divides it in such a weird way. And then we got percussion, which is just anything you hit and it makes a sound, which means trash can be a percussion if you try hard enough. I've seen it done. I mean, I think it was Beethoven who used cannons in that one song. I mean, if it works, it works. And then you got pianos and organs and all those other fun instruments that are keys, which some people consider its own category, but a lot of people don't. And I've heard you tap the keys, so they're percussion, or they use strings, so they're string instruments. And if you're an organ, you play wind, so it's woodwind. I've seen many different things, and then they need something. Make something up for them. They're one of the most common instruments. And then you got vocal cords, which I don't. They're all of the above and none of the above. They're their own thing. Well, that was this episode of Wilson Talks About Music. Tune in next time where I talk about why we should bring back vinyl and record players.